Hello world and welcome to the Appliance Show. I'm Jonathan. Welcome to the place where we play for keeps. I'm here to guide you through the wonderful and woolly and sometimes confusing world of home appliances. We take no prisoners. We get to the truth. Let's start. My New York City customers, this is directed towards you and basically anybody else in a metro setting where you have a constrained space for a kitchen. You have an apartment, you're in an older building, you probably can't vent out. What do you do if you want to have a 30-inch, you want to have a pro range, you got to do 30 inches. What do you do as far as ventilation? In New York City, the majority of people, at least the ones that I've dealt with, they can't vent out. I understand, some may be able to do that, but especially in these older buildings or you've got crazy co-op boards you're dealing with or whatever, you're not going to be able to vent out and put a cap on the building. So a lot of the times what you're going to end up doing is you're going to have to recirculate. Recently, Monogram and DCS have come out with microwaves that they are touting as being, they can work over their 30-inch pro range. And if you even go to the Monogram website, this microphone better be on. If you go to the Monogram website, they even have a picture of their OTR Monogram. I think it's the Advanium, if I'm not mistaken, over a Monogram 30-inch range. Yeah, I know people who have done that. I'm still not feeling it with the microwaves over the pro ranges. I'm just not. Personally, what I did as a test, I took the DCS, which is actually a Fisher-Paykel, which is actually made for Fisher-Paykel by one of the Asian companies. I don't know who it is. I took their microwave, which has been deemed to work well for venting purposes over their pro range. I brought it home. I actually, right now, we temporarily have a KitchenAid Architect dual fuel 30-inch range in the house. Okay, so my wife started doing her Sunday 8-hour gravy sauce, whatever you want to call it for you, the Italians out there. And I can tell you right now that as far with the onions going, the olive oil bubbling on in the saute pan, I mean, it's a beautiful aroma. And I know my wife's going to watch this. We love your cooking. We love those fragrances that are coming off the range. But I'm going to tell you right now, as far as venting purposes, it did not do the job. So I don't buy that particular microwave can work as a venting source over a pro range. And that wasn't even a pro range. I mean, the burners on that thing don't compare to what some of these other guys are putting off in the pro category. I would feel comfortable putting about 600 to 650 CFMs over a 30-inch range. Of course, that's going to depend whether it's really going to be efficient and work on your cooking style. Are you one to have on a 30-inch range again, are you going to have all 4 burners going, cranking, all right, entertaining people, making meals for the whole neighborhood, whatever, the whole floor in the building? What kind of food do you cook? Are you doing a lot of wok? Are you, perhaps you're cooking more ethnic dishes that are going to a lot of garlic, a lot of oils. There's going to be a lot of splattering, perhaps a lot of grease. It all depends. So, like when people ask these questions, it's very difficult to give an end-all, be-all answer because so many things depend upon the way you use the product. To give a like a baseline, I would again say over 30-inch, one of these pro ranges, you can do like 600 to 650 CFMs. I'm confident with that. Most people who buy the Wolf, they'll roll with the they'll get the Wolf, they'll get a Best Buy Brown. But with these other guys, again, it depends on looks also. I mean, some people don't want to have, like there's one person in particular that I spoke to about a Capital range. They don't want a heavy industrial pro hood over that particular range. They wanted something a little bit more condensed. Zephyr's got some good products. I like I think it's the AK 2600 and 2100, but not over a pro range. That's more, to me, it's a little more streamlined, shallower. I like that over a cooktop. So Brown has a decent product. I'll roll some SKUs by the end of this video, but I know Brown has got some decent product. Zephyr has some models. EXO has got some models. Faber has some models. Or you could, of course, go with, you buy the Wolf, you buy the Wolf hood. You buy the DCS, you buy the DCS hood. But again, those hoods are kind of they're big. And if you're in a tight kitchen space, that might be a little too much metal for some people out there. At least some people have definitely commented on that to me. So again, it's just going to depend on your taste. So that's it. I kind of rambled a bit, but we'll condense all this with a couple of models to consider. I'll also throw down some, we'll take a couple of 30-inch Pro ranges, and I'll tell you what the hoods look like from that particular brand, your Wolf over your Wolf, your DCS over your DCS, Capital over Capital, because they do incentivize you to stay within the brand. But again, as far as microwaves are concerned over the Pro hoods, I'm not buying it. See ya.